Here we have the current stock market update for CADRENAL Therapeutics Incorporated, stock ticker CVKD. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comments section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So what we're looking at here is a 4-hour time frame. I did want to take sort of a step back and look at the longer term trends that have developed for this stock. It's a bit of a lesser known company, but it has started to see some share price movements that have been positive. So I can understand why it might be on the radar for some people. From the fundamental perspective, there are a couple of issues that did sort of catch my attention. One is that the company has less than 1 year cash runway. So it's possible that the company could be running out of money over the next year. Also, the debt to equity ratio for the company is positive. It is bullish, but that margin is thinning. So that ratio is sort of weakening. So it is still positive, and the company doesn't have any debt at the moment. But it seems like it could be at risk of reversing that trend. That's a little bit premature to suggest that, but earnings are also expected to decline by 9.6% annually over the next 3 years. So that's a little bit of a problem too, and it seems like that could be a scenario that sort of exacerbates the debt issue for the company. But for the rest of the video here, I will sort of focus on the price chart because it is kind of an interesting price chart. For the most part, we can see here that it's definitely a series of lower highs. So, there's a lot of weakness that is starting to develop here, and even with these more recent highs, it is a bit of a lower high here. So, but let's just sort of focus for a moment on this, sort of this area here, because there are a couple of factors that are kind of interesting from a chart perspective. So, one thing that I would point to would be this area of support here that has now held up for quite a while. There are a couple of different ways that you can sort of view this whole price chart here, but the fact that we have managed to kind of find support just above $6, roughly 620, right around there. Let's just call this 620 support level. Okay, so we sort of had this 620 support level that has now been tested on 2 separate occasions. So, it sort of acts as a launching pad this first time. We see this previously. This would be right around November 2023, so almost a year ago. And then share prices do move into 31.50 per share. So I guess we can write that in here. So we create this sort of significant high here, and then we sort of fall back once again, and it is a very kind of suspicious price movement here because it's almost looking like some of the meme stocks that I cover. Microcloud Hologram kind of comes to mind, or Maxion Solar, where we sort of see these major price spikes over a short period of time and then quickly reverse in the other direction. I mean, for me, that's a major red flag because it's really as if none of that price movement was sustainable. Some of those other companies, Microcloud and Maxion, probably have more problems than this one. But this really does stand out to me as kind of suspicious price action. I mean, if share prices were moving so quickly, why weren't they able to maintain those price levels very long? And then why did we move right back into that same support zone? So it doesn't necessarily mean that the stock can't reverse here, but to me, that's kind of a red flag. It does kind of stand out as a problem. More recently, though, we are starting to see some higher highs here. I mean, I would even call this a bit of an uptrend channel kind of formation here that's starting to form. So, this is obviously positive, and we are seeing higher highs and higher lows. So as long as that continues, you could make the argument here that we are seeing a reversal. That's the real question. I mean, is this the reversal point? Is the main question. So it's obviously possible. I mean, we've seen share prices bounce from there previously. But the question for me is, how sustainable is this near-term price movement? I personally would stay away from it at least until I see more of a pullback. I mean, we are seeing resistance levels that are breaking here, so that is positive. But I personally wouldn't want to buy into one of these resistance levels, given the longer-term history here. And then you can also look at some of the fundamental aspects, which suggests that this company could be running into debt issues here, sort of over the next year or so. their cash runways, it would run out at that point if things don't fundamentally change for the company. So obviously that could happen. You could see a turning point here, and it's possible that this sort of major long-term support zone at $6.20 continues to hold. If you're able to buy at that point, then you're looking at some highly attractive gains. But overall, I think it's very clear that this is sort of a high risk, high reward type of situation. I mean, at the very least, I would not recommend putting huge amounts of money into this trade. I would definitely be keeping position sizes small, and I would probably wait for share prices to sort of break through resistance and then pull back into some sort of support level. It's possible that we're seeing an inflection point here and a major long-term turnaround, not out of the realm of possibility. And then if you do buy in now, that's obviously a really nice payday, and you make a lot of money from it. But it looks a little bit risky for me at the moment. I wouldn't even consider buying in unless we move back to some support levels. So, it's hard to know exactly where this price high is going to form. I think that looking at that 3150 level is probably a bit, unrealistic, or just not, I don't know, not prudent or not rational or something like that. We are also heading into a fairly significant Fibonacci retracement zone, as we can see here. So currently, we're heading right into this 38.2% Fibonacci retracement from this move from roughly 3150 to 620. So I also would like to see this break to the top side before I would consider buying. So something more like this. You see a break higher, and then a bit of a retracement here. And then maybe you can start to buy the stock somewhere around there. So maybe 1275, somewhere around there, something like that. You would lose this uptrend channel if that were the case, if share prices did fall into that area. But for something like this, I would want to see resistance levels break first, and then I would wait for a pullback to enter into the position. And then definitely, absolutely, position sizes for this stock trade should be kept relatively small. So here's the current stock market update for CADRENAL Therapeutics Incorporated, stock ticker CVKD. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.